Hey, y'all, gravity. Any day above ground, live it. I just needed to cover this story before I cover our talks live stream later on at 6 o'clock this evening. But I just had to cover this because I just saw this about an hour ago. And Atlanta has officially changed. Mark this on your calendar. February 27th, 2023. Atlanta has fundamentally changed. The state Senate has just approved a bill to allow the city of Buckhead, which sits about, I guess we could say, north of the city, northeast, we could say. They just approved a bill that will make them their own separate city, which means that the city of Atlanta is going to lose out on millions of dollars in revenue. And also, Buckhead is going to get its own police force. Now, if you know anything about Buckhead, or if you don't, Buckhead is very wealthy. Cannot live in Buckhead if you don't have money. We're talking multi-million dollar homes, multi-million dollar condos. We're talking the Four Seasons, the Mandarin Oriental. We're talking luxury brands. We're talking Lenox Square. We're talking some of the most exclusive dining and entertainment venues in the state. And now they say we don't care about being aligned with Atlanta because the crime is so crazy. We want to be our own thing. Boy, oh boy, Atlanta boy. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. So y'all saw that tweet. We're going to go to the article. So this is via the Washington Examiner about an hour ago. Georgia Senate pushes forward bill to remove neighborhood from Atlanta. Again, that's millions of dollars that's going out the window, but that's all right. You're going to see who was pushing this. And shout out to Jason Black for covering this last year. The Georgia State Senate has moved forward a bill that would separate the neighborhood of Buckhead from the city of Atlanta. The two bills, which would create a separate city named Buckhead City, were approved by the state Senate what the fuck? Was approved by the Senate State and Local Government Operations Committee Monday. It passed the committee by a 4-3 margin and will proceed to the full chamber. So there's still a chance that it might not happen, but I would not get your hopes up because, again, if they don't approve it, you will see a whole bunch of people move out of Buckhead, and they can't have that. The neighborhood is seeking to separate from Atlanta over concerns regarding the city's crime and use of municipal funds. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, I'm going to show you her tweet in a few minutes, tweeted in support of the proposal, saying the decision should be, quote, an easy one for a Republican-controlled legislature. So she's already playing that game. All right. Quote, the Republican-controlled Georgia state legislature is voting today on allowing Buckhead to separate from the dangerous Democrat-controlled city of Atlanta and be its own city. You see what she's doing. That's code word. We don't want to be associated with the niggers anymore. Yeah. Somali against Pan-Africanism was happening. Yep. Just came down the wire a few hours ago. A vote against Buckhead City is a vote for crime. A vote for Buckhead City is a vote for freedom, Green wrote on Twitter. Democrats opposed to the plan have concerns about what the separation would do to the remaining city, including debt obligations. They have also expressed concerns about the precedent it would set. Quote, what is happening today is my constituents are being forced to eat a half-baked pie. State Senator Jason Estevez, Democrat from Georgia, said before the committee vote. The bill will now go to the Rules Committee to be placed on the schedule for a full vote in the state Senate. Let's go down that rabbit hole, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how much Buckhead gives to the city. Let's see. Buckhead revenue to Atlanta. Now this is, I don't know if I could even see this. They might put me behind a paywall. Oh, maybe. Okay. Oh, of course they did. Screw that. Let's see. There was a site where they had it. Here we go. Now they said, Atlanta Journal-Constitution said that the feasibility study estimated that Buckhead City would have just over 100,000 residents and could take in annual revenues of about $203.5 million. More than half of that, I think, goes to the state. Now, mind you, Wall Street Journal talked about this way early last year. In Atlanta's Buckhead neighborhood, rising crime fuels move to secede. They're not playing out here, folks. When Jason Black did that show about Buckhead last year, this was the warning. When he also did that broadcast where that jerk off down here did that whole press conference talking about how it's the crime, and that Asian lady was saying, oh, it's the late night trade. Yeah. The supremacists were out in full force. Somali against Pan-Africans. Why though, bro? Because they're complaining about the crime. Because again, like I said before, if you just came in, Buckhead is a very exclusive neighborhood. We're talking $1 million condos. We're talking multi-million-dollar homes. We're talking established brands. We're talking Lenox Square, which is now a Simon Mall. They taken in, I think last year they said they took in about $300 million worth of revenue. So we're talking Bloomingdale's, Nordstrom, we're talking Neiman Marcus, we're talking Gucci. If you want anything expensive in the city of Atlanta, you go to Buckhead. We're talking Four Seasons, Mandarin Oriental, all the exclusive hotels around the world. They have been seeing a rise in crime since the pandemic started. And they're saying, why are we paying all these taxes? Because not only you're paying Buckhead tax, but you're paying a Buckhead city tax. You're also paying Atlanta tax, and you're paying state tax. If you're paying 3 taxes, they're saying, why is our police force that is serviced by Atlanta, they're not taking care of the crime? They've had carjackings up there, murders, shootings, assaults with knives. They can't take it anymore. So the white supremacists said we might as well just become our own and fund our own. So that's what they're going with. RG Tiny, hello. Yeah, go figure. DSB, shalom to you. Jesse Kilgore, hellos. It's one thing to focus on FBA or Somali. Focus on Somali, but there will be a day where all black people need the link. These white folks want to hurt black folks so bad. Oh, if they approve this, the racial profile in Buckhead is going to be astronomical. Bucket TV, hello. Yep. Incorporate away from the undesirables. Yes. 225 girl, hello. Basically, they're segregating themselves from Atlanta. I wouldn't be surprised if they say no blacks allowed in our businesses. They won't go that far. Not yet. But what I think they would do if they do get this approved, Lenox Square is probably going to be the only place the commoners can go to. But like they used to do to us up in New York, if you were in high school, you couldn't be in the mall before 3:00. They will have extra security there. Oh, trust and believe. Buckhead City Police plus the mall security will be roaming all over the place. A group of us, they will be profiled. Don't be going down one of them streets with the nice houses. Oh, they'll be waiting for you on the corner. The rise of crime is an excuse. It's a valid excuse for them, unfortunately. Jesse said, does anyone think letting white people separate and kick the white cops out of Atlanta will help Black Georgia? They're not just going to kick only the white cops out. They're kicking all those cops out. They said, let them go patrol everything before the bridge where State Road 13 is. Don't cross over that fucking bridge if you have APB on your uniform. We got it. Atlanta needs Buckhead. Yes, they do. They're going to give away $200 million in revenue, but Buckhead said, we don't care. We might as well keep it in-house. Doesn't matter. Georgia wins anyway. You get another city, you get another tax code. DSP said, this U.S. government missed the days they had us in slavery. I think they're working on return to that time. That was their best time. Yeah. Are these peach trees where the Buford Spring Connector is? Yep. As you get past 16th Street, you go another mile, you get to that bridge where the Amtrak station is. You in Buckhead. You can tell the street shines change a little bit, and the street looks a little cleaner and a little brighter as opposed to Midtown. They not playing, folks. Again, shout out to Jason Black for that. They not playing down here, folks. How can Atlanta make up for losing Buckhead? Well, they're trying to build casinos over there by Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So that's one way they can get around it. Number two, raise taxes, which is going to happen. Unfortunately, the people that live in Atlanta, their taxes are going to get raised, which we all know what triggers with that. That triggers mass migration because people won't be able to afford it. Right now, they're trying to gentrify Bankhead. $100,000 homes are over there. Now the homes are worth $700,000. Jesse 225 girl said, me and my sister was talking a couple years ago about having lunch there, but after this I can find other places in Atlanta to go. You don't have to eat in Atlanta. There's plenty of places outside of Atlanta to go eat. Matter of fact, brother Marcel put me on a Gullah Geechee restaurant down there in College Park, which you might as well go down there and frequent before they gentrify the hell out of that, because they're already starting over there. They're in East Point. RG Titan said Fulton County has the highest taxes in the state. It's going to go even higher. Maybe Buckhead will beat it. Buckhead might meet it as just a city. Make a black buck. We need a B1 Atlanta mayor. Well, Dickens down here he hasn't pissed me off yet, so I'm still reserving judgment on that man. Darnell Lewis, hello, you seem new. People are tired of the crimes. Well, that's their excuse. That's what they're going to use. And right now it's successful. So again, this will be on the docket probably in November. No, you know what? I tell a lie. They'll probably vote on this in the springtime because they want to make sure they have everything in place before the new school year starts. Because you know damn well Buckhead City High School, yeah, them parents are going to be paying a pretty penny to help fund that school. Man, these white supremacists and buffer classes want to gentrify us everywhere in Southern Seattle. Gentrified a lot of us Somalis. Well, they don't want y'all. Reyes, hello. How long did they think Buckhead would allow the craziness to happen in their area? Come on, they had shootings at a mall. We all saw as upper class, and they have transplants for everywhere. Well, again, it's not like Buckhead just made this decision lightly. This has been going on for a couple years now. When you got money, you make the rules. Smiling against Pan Africanism. We cannot lose the South. We're trying not to, but we got too many coons down here. Way too many coons. I mean, like I said, our best move right to date was getting Stacey Abrams away from the governorship. DSB, don't say that. The South is not lost. We're still holding tight. It's not lost. It'll be lost if we screw up next year. That's when it's going to be lost. Biden cannot get a second term, and we cannot continue voting for local leaders who are not going to do anything, because now you have now a tangible reason and a tangible template of what happens when you take your eyes off the ball. You're reserving judgment on Dickens. What about Cop City? That was not his baby. That's not his baby. Dickens runs Atlanta. That is a Decatur problem. I lay that at the feet of Governor Kemp. Just like I laid it at the feet of Stacey Abrams when she was for it. Yeah, Dickens is going to get the benefits of it. He's not in charge of it. That's a state problem. Yes, and that was Keisha Bottom B. Miss, I gotta put unisex bathrooms everywhere. That's not gonna cause a problem. Uh-huh. Reyes, nah, all the South is not lost. Atlanta may be lost, but guess what? Atlanta is not the entire South. That's only a fraction of a fraction in the South. Atlanta's not lost. I know a lot of people think that because of what's going on down here. Atlanta's not lost. Again, folks, I've told you this before. Atlanta does not represent the entire area. Most on code people do not live in Atlanta. They stay on the outskirts. We've got this city surrounded. This, like I said, we scared a lot of people last November. Because everybody was sitting and their mama thought Stacey was gonna win. And we said, all right, we gonna show you. And Atlanta and Georgia came out and said, nah, we not doing this. We showed y'all the numbers. As much as she got that black vote, we said, nope. We destroyed her image online so bad she ran to Nigeria, folks. That's how bad we took her out the game. She can't come back here. Now, I know I said she might be on the debate stage next year. She might be. She's trying to reinvent herself right now. You know me. I'm here for y'all. The second she touches these shores again from come back to Nigeria, I'm on her neck again. Yes, Stacey was in Nigeria. Who wants to see Stacey in Nigeria real fast? I shall show you this. Let's finish up Buckhead, and then I'll show you Mammy Abrams over there in Nigeria. Okay. So it says an increase in violent crime has spurred a movement in Atlanta's wealthiest and whitest neighborhood. Who wrote this? Cameron, please tell me you're black. You're a white guy. Oh, you must be a white liberal. All right, say less. Whitest neighborhood, Buckhead. Boy, I can show you some white neighborhoods. But okay, the whitest neighborhood. So black folk don't live in Buckhead. No Asians, no Mammy people, no Latinos. Got it. Got it. So we already starting off racist. Are you really Steve, whatever the hell his name is, Steve Dilbert or Scott Adams? Is that who you are? Oh, we're gonna get to that. Oh, Eric, hello. We're gonna get to we're gonna get there. I'm talking about Midtown and downtown. You're right though. What you got? Oh, yeah. Mississippi got to get on code. Unfortunately, they got to get on code. They haven't been on code in a while. That black GOP need to wake up. Smiley against Pan Africa. Do you know what happened to Miss Gray Ape? I think she went off Twitter. I think she was getting inundated with too many trolls. She's decided to take a break. I do have her number though. I'll probably text her later, see how she's doing. Okay, let's go back to this. An increase in violence has spurred a movement in Atlanta's wealthiest and whitest neighborhood, Buckhead, to push harder to secede, and create a new city with its own police force. I might as well say succeed because they think this is a major win for white supremacy. I'm going to explain that before I log off here. The idea, which has been gaining momentum over the past year, is raising alarm among Atlanta officials worried about a loss of population and tax revenue, which means their paychecks are going to go down. I know y'all can't see me, but I put a thumbs up. The Republican majority state legislature, which just opened its 2022 session, is taking up proposed legislation this month for a referendum on Buckhead Cityhood. Now, again, this was back in January, and they passed it today, so it was a little over a month. Politicians in largely Democratic Atlanta oppose the idea. Of course they do. Buckhead is very conservative. That's another thing that you guys got to take into consideration. Buckhead is very conservative. Bill White, chief executive of the committee pushing Buckhead Cityhood, said Atlanta hasn't done enough to stem violence, car thefts, drag racing, and other crimes that surged beginning in 2020 during the early stages of the pandemic and after civil unrest followed Black Lives Matter protests. You should have said following, but whatever. That was another thing. They were protesting in Buckhead. That pissed a lot of the locals off. Quote, they really don't care about Buckhead, Mr. White said about city officials. They just want the money. Atlanta leaders, including Mayor Andre Dickens, have said they are taking steps to address crime in Buckhead and the rest of the city, and that remaining united is important. Violent crime has risen in large cities across the nation, with several setting new records for murders in recent years. Philly, Portland, Louisville, and Albuquerque had their deadliest years on record in 2021. Atlanta had 158 homicides in 2021 and 157 in 2020, compared with 99 in 2019, according to the Atlanta Police Department. That's actually impressive. Only 99 murders in a city of over 2 million people. That's impressive. You said you hope Dr. Shore is doing well. He sent a whole bunch of people a message the other day. Oh, by the way, the Nigerian's still mad at me on Twitter, but you know, whatever. Fuck them. There were 13 murders in Atlanta Police Zone 2, which includes Buckhead, last year through the week ending Christmas, up 63% from the same period in 2020. People have posted videos from Buckhead on social media of assaults, drag racing, gunfire, and other potentially criminal activity. The surge in crimes from murder to shoplifting sprees has sparked political debates in many cities about how to best combat crime and what resources are needed. But in Buckhead, where 108,000 of Atlanta's 510,000 residents live, the political debate has shifted from calls for more police officers to the possibility of splitting a city apart. Wow. So This split is only going to give Atlanta 302,000 residents. Okay. That's still impressive. Only 99 murders in 2019. That's actually impressive. Yeah, they'd be doing smash and grabs. Yep. Jim Durant, president and chief executive of the Buckhead Coalition, a group of community and business leaders that oppose secession, said establishing services and taxes in the new city would be more difficult than proponents claim. He also said the loss of residents and tax revenue would severely damage what remains of Atlanta. The Buckhead Coalition and other groups are reaching out to residents about the complications and costs of Atlanta splitting apart. He said some people who were entertaining the idea of secession last year are starting to have doubts because they know their taxes are going to go up. I am a little bit worried today, but I'm less worried than I was 6 months ago, Mr. Durant said. Now, these signs have been all over Buckhead, especially in the rich mansion neighborhoods. Growth in violent crime is already a major political issue in Atlanta. Former Mayor Keisha Bottom B didn't seek re-election last November amid widespread criticism of how she has handled the issue. Her successor, Mr. Dickens, who took office this month, campaigned largely on combating crime. Well, we'll see his numbers at the end of the year. Local officials opposed to secession have recently taken steps to demonstrate their interest in combating crime in Buckhead. The city council is creating a new public safety task force to focus on the neighborhood. Mr. Dickens, a Democrat whose post is nonpartisan, last week held a press conference outside a new police office under construction in Buckhead and promised more officers for the area. Quote, "It is of paramount concern for me to stop this crime wave in our city," he said. "We'll be one city with one bright future." Mr. White said he believed Atlanta officials are now trying to appease residents because of the cityhood proposal. An independent Buckhead City would focus resources to increase the number of officers protecting the area and give those officers better equipment and resources, he said. Critics of Buckhead Cityhood argue that the Atlanta-Buckhead split would divide the region along economic and racial lines. Buckhead City would be about 71% non-Hispanic white and about 11% black, while the remaining Atlanta would be about 27% non-Hispanic black and 61% black. Hispanic white, I'm sorry. According to data compiled by the Atlanta Regional Commission, a regional planning agency, the median household income in Buckhead City would be about 110,000 compared with 58,000 remaining in Atlanta. Mr. White objected to Buckhead Cityhood being viewed in racial or economic terms. Oh, that's right. Sandy Springs is part of Atlanta. Okay. Quote, "You just want to get control of crime in your community." He said, "It's unfair to say that is racist." Annexed to Atlanta in 1952, Buckhead has long been known as a hub of restaurants, bars, and clubs, and is home to large estates. The Georgia governor's mansion is in Buckhead. The lead sponsors of the bill for Buckhead secession referendum are State Senator Brandon Beach and Representative Todd Jones, both Republicans who represent suburbs north of Atlanta. Yep. Neither responded to queries seeking comment. Mr. Beach previously said in a statement that rising crime made Buckhead residents feel unsafe and they deserve a government responsive to their needs. Evita Alexander Estevez and her wife Jade Alexander Estevez, both back in New Buckhead City. Okay. You got it. Evita Alexander Estevez, a 37-year-old business consultant, and her wife, Jade Alexander Estevez, 34, who works in human resources, both back in New Buckhead City. Their car was stolen out of their condominium building's garage recently, and they have had cars broken into. They said, "The crime, quote, makes me want to move to the suburbs." There you go. So they had to make sure to get black folks' opinion. Blueberry muffin, hello. All right. Before we go, like I said, before we do the show at 6 o'clock, let's show y'all how Mammy Stacy is in Nigeria. And y'all will love her new look. Who's ready to see Mammy Abrams? I had to play that before I showed the video. Tabernacle. There's Mammy Abrams over there during the Nigerian elections. What did she say? Let's find out.
Ms. Abrams, thank you for being with us. Let me ask you first, what are you seeing thus far at the different polling stations you have visited here in Abuja?
I would say that despite a slow start with the BVAS, we have seen orderly lines, we have seen long lines signaling strong enthusiasm, but we've also seen a great deal of cooperation and a very peaceful conversation among voters. They want to be heard and they are willing to stand in line and have patience because they know that's their path to progress.
It's interesting you say that because one of the things that I have observed the past few days, this huge contingent of youth voters that many believe will really play a significant role in this election. And the people that we've been speaking with have said they believe there will be high turnout today. You, of course, are well known in the United States for your activism, for being a political figure, an author, somebody who has done so much to try to expand voting rights. From the conversations that you have had, especially with youthful voters here in Nigeria, what is the takeaway?
Run to you niggas. Run.
Well, I've had a chance to speak
My fault.
with Yaga and with a number of youth voters across the state. And what they've said almost uniformly is they want to be heard. They believe progress is possible. They believe that more is possible. They understand that they are the most assailed by unemployment, that the challenges they face are real, but that so is the opportunity for change. What we've tried to have a conversation about, though, is the caution that not every election turns out the way you want, but that the responsibility is to show up and try to shape the future as much as you can by unemployment,
Family, did you hear that BS she just said? I'm going to play it again. Listen to this BS she just said.
Employment, that the uniformly is they want.
What is the takeaway?
Well, I've had a chance to speak with Yaga and with a number of youth voters across the.
By the way, Yaga is a Nigerian rapper. I just want y'all to take that in. Yaga is a Nigerian rapper. And there's also a group down there talking about democratic governance called Yaga. Well, it's also called Yaga, but it's spelled YIAGA. But listen to what she said on the response to that question.
Across the state. And what they've said almost uniformly is they want to be heard. They believe progress is possible. They believe that more is possible. They understand that they are the most assailed by unemployment, that the challenges they face are real, but that so is the opportunity for change. What we've tried to have a conversation about, though, is the caution that not every election turns out the way you want, but that the responsibility is to show up and try to shape the future as much as you can.
So you ran to that side of the world as an observer of their elections because you need to make sure that the democratic process is working and to support the young people. Man.
Run to you niggas. Run.
That's what she did while she was on the plane. Who told you to go over there, ma'am? Family, did I not tell you when she lost, she was going to reinvent herself? Did I not tell y'all this? Jesse Kilgore says she needs to be pulled up on and embarrassed. You know damn well them Nigerians ain't gonna press nobody. They got all the smoke for FBA. They ain't got no smoke to go sit up there and cast out their leader. Their leader had that jerk who ruined their country. They had 8 years to press up on that man, didn't do nothing. They ran. They became joppers. They ran to any other country they could get a plane ticket on. Matter of fact, right now, they said that the visas for this country from Nigerians is up 400%. 69% over there in the UK. They can't talk to us. I even saw a broadcast on Saturday driving home. They asked him, would you stay if there was opportunity? That matter of fact, you know what? I ain't even gonna talk about it. We gonna play that and then I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna play it. I want y'all to understand how deep this goes. Since they want to run around and say that one of them told me today, all they do is shoot us down the street. I said, okay, don't let me pull out your green and white coons. Please don't do that. And I mentioned 2 of them. He ain't come back. Don't play with me. Y'all don't like claiming y'all coons. Where is it? I watched it on Saturday. Where is it? I watch a lot of shit. Motherfucker. I watch a lot of shit. Let me see. Where's Saturday? Where is Saturday? Where is Saturday? Yes, I watch a lot of weird shit. Where is it? No. Damn. Oh, Saturday. Here we go. Watched it. Where is it? Oh, crap. Where is it? I watched it Saturday, right? Fuck. Oh, no. You know what? I watched it on... My bad. I watched it on Twitter. That's right. I watched it on Twitter. Let me see if I can find it on Twitter. If I can't find it on Twitter, I'll save it for Twitter things. But yeah, let me see what y'all talking about while I look for this. Damn, y'all went in on Stacy. Yes, Darnell. She ran right over there. Gentrification agent. Nice. She commented on Nigerian politics. Yes. Why is she involved in Nigerian business? Because they need to make sure they have the right person there to keep the gentrification, the black flight, Niger flight. That's what we'll call it. The Niger flight going. That's why she's over there. If you fail in a black city, why not go to a black country? Here we go. Now, hey, Niger people. It is called Japa. I thought that's what I said. Hey, Niger people. Would y'all like to explain this? I just saw this. TVC News Nigeria. I will look them up. Would y'all like to hear what the EU said? This came down an hour ago. Let's see what the EU said.
Noted that there have been abuses of incumbency where those who wish to organize rallies where governors are not of the same party, that they have been hindered in some way. We have seen instances in which there have been intimidation, and therefore we took note of these issues. And these fall well short of international standards that Nigeria has set for itself. And we would encourage these cases to be prosecuted because impunity, it discourages people from taking part, and this is not up to the standards of inclusivity that we want to see in these elections. Well, there was 2 peace accords, in fact, and as you rightly note, there was a peace accord last week, and the sentiments of that peace accord are something that we would fully echo in the European Union, and we want to see political participants making very clear statements and not tolerating the type of intimidation that was going on in certain places. And our observations were that there was.
I gotta stop it short, family. Nigeria. Let me tell y'all something right now. Real talk. Y'all can't talk to us no more. Okay. You don't hear no other foreign body commenting on how our voices travel when election time comes. You don't hear any other foreign body talking about, oh, the US election should be canceled because of intimidation. We get online every day. We show y'all these politicians for who and what they really are. Y'all can't talk to us. The European Union, who, last I checked, Europe is not Africa. They're talking about canceling your elections. And you know what that means? Installing who they want. Y'all can't talk to us. Because say what you want, I think it's Obi. He actually makes the most sense. I could be wrong. I haven't really paid attention to it, but the general consensus is most people want Obi. He looks and sounds like he might be on code. But they know what would happen. He might spark a revolution in that country. Y'all might start cleaning up. Maybe y'all go to them agents and tell them, get the hell out of my country. But now you got the EU talking about we're going to cancel them elections because y'all doing too much. Y'all can't talk to us. Look at this. This was 2 hours ago. Possibly.
We could. And Leo, we knew you would rig this election the moment you were using beavers for accreditation, but then you gave people paper ballots to vote. Why not equip the beavers to record people's vote? It already has their information and you could transmit it immediately to your server. But no, it's because of what you wanted to do. Several polling units uploaded videos where they were celebrating Peter Obi's win, but on your website, we started seeing a different number. You are uploading pictures of handwritten results in 2023.
Y'all can't talk to us. Y'all can't talk to us. Y'all can't talk to us. Say what you want about them Dominion machines. Y'all can't talk to us. They were talking about people were casting their votes and standing outside, making sure their vote was counted. Y'all can't talk to us. Our polling stations don't look like this. Y'all got the what? Look at this. Y'all can't talk to us. I think this was it. No, was it this? No, this wasn't it.
Let's begin what's trending with reactions.
I'm not even gonna play it. You know what? We'll save that for Twitter things. I don't even want to play that. You know what, fam? I don't even want to embarrass them. Niger. Oh, Niger. Niger. Okay, well, I learned something. Y'all can't talk to me. Y'all can't talk to us. Y'all getting colonized from an ocean. Y'all can't talk to us. When y'all start showing me the abundance of Nigerians calling this stuff out, and y'all are galvanizing behind them, then we can talk. Go. We got enough voices over here for the FBAs. I'm doing my part for Jamaica. Y'all can't talk to us. Y'all worried about Afrobeat so much, worrying about y'all's elections. Anyway, let me go. Let me get up out of here and get a little rest. And then 6 o'clock, we're gonna do talks and we're gonna talk about Black wrestlers because I haven't done anything for Black History Month. So I will be back with y'all in 45 minutes and we're gonna have some fun. I'll risk the copyright today, but we gotta talk about Black wrestlers. But anyway, leave Stacy alone, y'all. Nah, go ahead, do your thing. So take care, stay safe. And y'all know what to do when them agitators of peace come to mess with your existence. But before we go, hey, Nigeria, this goes out to you since y'all got Stacey Abrams over there.
Run to you niggas. Run, run, run.